In this video, we're going to be looking at microfoam milk. In aiming to make third wave specialty coffee at home, the milk we put in our coffees is fundamental to the taste. And as lattes, flat whites and cappuccinos are growing in popularity, we'll show you why mastering microfoam is so important. In the past, many cafes would hand over coffees with coarse and foamy textures, with large frothy bubbles, very little flavor balance, and foam that wasn't integrated with the coffee. In more recent times, texturing milk has improved, and what we are aiming for now, and what we want to help people create at home, is that lovely velvety and silky microfoam milk. Creating microfoam is a challenge, even for professionals. It requires introducing the right amount of steam pressure from the wand and integrating it evenly throughout the milk, as well as heating to the right temperature. Furthermore, microfoam milk is essential for creating latte art. So this is the right place to start if that is your goal. What we're looking for is to get that lovely sweetness and creaminess in the milk. I'm demonstrating here with fresh, cold, whole milk, but we'll talk about alternative milks later in the video. The amount of air we put into the milk will vary from drink to drink. For example, a cappuccino will require slightly more air and texture. But for the purpose of this demonstration, let's imagine I'm creating milk for a latte. Something I want you to keep in the back of your mind when steaming milk is texture, then temperature. We should introduce air to the surface of the jug before it gets too hot. Otherwise, you might run out of time to get your desired froth level. Firstly, purge the steam wand until you see a steady flow of steam coming out of the wand. Secondly, the wand position may vary for each user slightly. However, I choose to rest the tip towards 3 o'clock. Rest the tip 1 centimeter below the surface of the milk and slowly introduce air by gently pulling the jug downwards and away from the machine. Listen for that paper tearing sound. That's where you'll see the microfoam being produced. If you hear a high-pitched squeal, then no air is being introduced and your tip may be too low. To avoid this, simply lower the jug slowly until you hear the paper tearing sound. On the other hand, if you're getting bubbles that are too big, you may need to submerge the wand a little lower. Make sure you keep the milk in a nice circular vortex-like motion. When I'm happy with the texture, I'll bring the jug back up to prevent any further air entering the milk and keep it swirling until I've reached my desired temperature. Here we're aiming to balance the right amount of air with the right temperature and texture. So if you aren't heating enough, it's not going to bring out the sweetness to the milk. And if you go too hot, the milk is going to start to separate and you get a layered effect where the fats and the proteins are separated in the milk too much. We recommend that you don't heat higher than 65 degrees Celsius or 150 degrees Fahrenheit, as the milk can start to split at this temperature. When you've heated it to your desired temperature, stop texturing and wait until the steam has fully stopped. Gently remove your jug and swirl the milk in the jug to integrate the texture. Don't forget to wipe and purge your steam wand. Some of our espresso machines have automatic microfoam options for a specific coffee, but if you prefer to do it yourself, practice makes perfect, and you could end up with something like this. All that's left to do is pour it slowly into the shot and enjoy your third wave specialty coffee at home. Today, we have so many alternative milks available. Whether people are choosing them for dietary or sustainability reasons, there are many options. Some of the ones that have been around for a while include skim milk, whilst on the non-dairy side, you've got options like almond, soy, oat, coconut, macadamia, rice, and goat milk. With all of these alternative milks, a lot of what we're trying to do with the texture is replicate the same results that we can produce with whole milk. In general, the higher the fat, protein, and sugar content, the easier it is to texture with alternative milks. Almond milk, for example, is generally more watery and harder to make microfoam than soy or oat. Also, generally speaking, non-dairy milks can't withstand as much heat as full cream milk. So the recommended temperature is around 55 degrees Celsius or 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Much higher and they may begin to split and curdle. I recommend experimenting with different brands of milk, different temperatures and different textures to see what your preference is for your coffee. My 3 tips for creating consistently good microfoam at home are: 1. Always remember texture and then temperature. 2. Purge your steam wand before and after every use. And 3. Never retexture previously used milk. Enjoy.